Tonight, waiting for a decision, the Blueberry River First Nations court case wraps up. Habitat Plan, new meat measures to protect caribou in Northeast BC. And rural healthcare, BC's opposition calls for more support for pregnant mothers. Good evening and thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with the Blueberry River First Nations hearing wrapping up in federal court.
Now at 10, how a local family honored a Good Samaritan who was killed while helping a stranded driver.
And it's all clear from the storms for tonight. The same cannot be said for tomorrow and the rest of that First Alert extended forecast.
From the station that's always local, always now, this is Fox 19 Now at 10.
And thank you for staying up late with us. It's 10:36 right now. I'm Brittany Harry. We are tracking some rain and storms across the tri-state today. So this is some video that you were seeing behind me from earlier today showing some downed trees in Wyoming. This is specifically on Oregon Trail near Mort's Pass.
With breaking news happening now, this is WKYT News.
Security, police, anyone help. Shots fired, officer down.
A gunman's rampage in Lexington leaves 2 women dead and 3 more hurt, including a Kentucky State Police trooper.
So it's a very tight-knit group of people at the Richmond Baptist Church.
Tonight, we're breaking down the multiple scenes and hearing reaction from witnesses who saw the violence unfold.
Sometimes things happen. We just don't have a reason why. But we're going to be here for the people of Lexington.
Good evening, I'm Samantha Valentino. Thanks for joining us tonight. It has now been more than 10 hours since a violent rampage unfolded in Lexington. We have continued to bring you that breaking news on air as it's developed. A man who shot 4 people at a church and a state trooper outside of Bluegrass Airport is now dead.
Count on LEX 18 News.
And before I begin, I would like to extend my condolences to the victims, their families, and everyone impacted by today's violence. I would also like to wish a quick recovery to the Kentucky State Trooper who was shot.
A police officer shot, then a deadly shooting at a church, all connected to the same suspect. We're learning more about the moments leading up to the violence and what we know about that suspect. Good evening to you. I'm Larry Smith. Thank you for joining us here on LEX 18 News at 11 as we continue with breaking news tonight out of Lexington. A deadly shooting taking place at a church on Old Richmond Road earlier this morning. 2 women are dead and 2 men are injured. The shooter was shot and killed by law enforcement and is connected to an earlier shooting near the Bluegrass Airport that injured a Kentucky State trooper.
Right now on WLKY, this is breaking news.
Panic at Kentucky Kingdom and the fairgrounds in Louisville as thousands of people rushed out after false reports of shots fired. Tonight, we're breaking down what happened.
And a violent day in Lexington. 2 shootings, including one that left a Kentucky State trooper wounded near the airport. His condition and the latest on the investigation.
And the other shooting in Lexington, a deadly one at a church when a suspect opened fire. Now, the Commonwealth is mourning the loss of 2 lives today. And late this afternoon, we learned new information from investigators in Lexington.
We have live team coverage for you tonight. We begin with Joyce O'Geary with the newest information from police. Joyce?
Time for News at Noon on ABC 36 News Now.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for News at Noon. I'm Doug High.
And I'm Lisa High.
We are learning new information about the suspect in Sunday's deadly shooting spree in Lexington. The Fayette County coroner confirms 47-year-old Guy House was the shooter, and he died from gunshot wounds after being shot by police outside the Richmond Road Baptist Church.
House has a lengthy criminal history, including domestic violence charges.
Live, local, trusted. Number 1 at noon. WKYT News.
A gunman's rampage. We are tracking the timeline of a shooting spree across Lexington that ended in the city's second deadly mass shooting in less than a year. Plus,
my mom was a wonderful person. She loved her babies and loved the Lord.
a grieving family shares memories of their mother and sister, 2 women killed inside a church after Sunday service.
steamy with storms. That's the name of the game here. We're going to be tracking all of that coming up for you.
Well, a chaotic scene at a Sunday service on Old Richmond Road. It looks calmer this morning after a gunman's rampage across Lexington. That's first on WKYT News at noon. I'm Victor Puente. We now know that Guy House is the man who police say shot a state trooper outside of Bluegrass Airport and they carjacked a person at Sayre Christian Village before walking into a church and shooting 4 people, leaving 2 of them dead. WKYT's Alyssa Williams starts our top story team coverage. She is live outside of police headquarters. Alyssa, walk us through that investigation.
When big news breaks, turn to Boston 25 News, your local station. This is Boston 25 Morning News, your local station.
Breaking now at 7. Tragedy at an assisted living facility on the South Coast. Multiple people killed, others rescued from the windows after a fire breaks out inside. We are live in Fall River this morning as investigators try to determine what sparked the fire.
Protesters growing louder in Haverhill. It all centers around a man who died after an encounter with police outside of a local restaurant. The promise by the district attorney's office as the investigation gets underway.
And 2 weeks and trash continues piling up in more than a dozen local communities. The next steps in the negotiations between Republic Services and union trash collectors.
WCVB News Center 5 at noon starts right now.
A heartbreaking scene in Fall River.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. I couldn't breathe.
A deadly fire at an assisted living facility.
Multiple people hanging out the windows.
Family members frantically trying to find their loved ones.
I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm in the bathroom. I says, open your bathroom window. He says, it is open, but they're not hearing me.
Now they're demanding answers about what went wrong.
How do you not know his name? How do you not know his room number? You're responsible for the lives that are in that building.
The Fall River community grappling with a tragedy. 9 people killed, dozens more hurt after that fire at the Gabriel House assisted living facility. Dozens of first responders spending hours at the scene trying to reunite families with their loved ones.
Sky 5 live right now over that scene. Some of those family members telling us they coordinated with police to help with rescues.
Live on WBZ TV and streaming on CBS News Boston. WBZ News starts now with breaking news.
A community is grieving after a devastating fire claimed the lives of 9 people in an assisted living facility in Fall River. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Brianna Pitts. This happened at the Gabriel House, which is home to 70 people, many of whom are frail and immobile, which made evacuation and rescues a challenge for first responders. WBZ's Louisa Moeller is live in Fall River, where there are a lot of unanswered questions, Louisa, about how this could have happened.
This is 7 News at noon.
First at noon, we are staying on top of breaking news. Tragedy strikes in Fall River. 9 people killed and more than 30 hospitalized from a fire in an assisted living facility. You're taking a live look over that scene right now. First responders and investigators remain there right now. The fire chief says every firefighter in the city was called to the scene last night. Police and EMS workers also on the scene as crews raced into the building to try to help get people out. The chief says dozens of lives were saved by those heroic actions.
And Governor Maura Healey arriving in Fall River just a short time ago. 7 Steve Cooper is live at the scene to kick off our Team 7 coverage on the tragedy in Fall River.
A new day is coming.
August 16th, a brand new CBS is coming to Atlanta.
All right, folks, look alive. We got it going on.
It's all of CBS in a brand new home.
This is what you wanted, right?
The all-new CBS Atlanta, coming August 16th.
I'll be honest, I'm intrigued.
You're watching WWAY News at 6.
Now on WWAY News at 6, we have new details about a fatal shooting that left a man dead in Elizabethtown. And a major leadership change at the New Hanover Community Endowment. What's next for the organization? And today, Wilmington City Council took another step in finding a new police chief. Thanks for joining us tonight for Your News at 6. I'm Jessica Kiesling. We begin in Bladen County, where we have a few new details about a fatal shooting that left a man dead.
NBC 10 News starts now.
Right now at 11, rain pounding our area, flooding out the roads in some neighborhoods. Our crews are on the ground in the Lehigh Valley and northern Delaware as the storms moved through. But North Jersey appears to have dealt with the brunt of the storm tonight. Intense rain overwhelming streets and neighborhoods, prompting officials to declare a state of emergency. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jacqueline London.
And I'm Fred Shropshire. Count on NBC 10 for everything you need to know as storms move across our region. Our crews are out on the roads, and here in the studio, we're closely monitoring conditions.
From the heart of Philly, this is CBS News Philadelphia at 11. Here's what's happening. We've got flash flood concerns again. Strong storms thunder through, dumping inches of rain in a matter of hours in some areas. Parts of the region remain under a flash flood warning tonight. Good evening, everyone. I'm Yuki Washington.
Right at 10, public testimony, political pressure, and billions of gallons at stake. What you need to know before tomorrow's water hearing. An illegal cockfighting ring shut down in East Texas. What deputies found when they raided a rural property and why more arrests could be coming.
Peanuts, Cracker Jacks, you know the deal. We're going to the old ball game on the biggest stage possible. East Texans to the MLB coming up.
And we're watching the Florida coastline because that's where our next chance of rain comes from, strange as that sounds. When that chance of rain could arrive, coming up in your forecast, live from Tyler, CBS 19 News at 10 starts right now.
Right now, the search for nearly 160 missing people in Central Texas has hit day 11, but the weather is making it difficult. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Brennan Gurley. Over the weekend, the number of confirmed deaths rose by 10 and now stands at 131 people.
This is the 10 o'clock news on KTVU Fox 2.
Now at 10, new surveillance video capturing a deadly hit and run in Oakland. The crash reigniting concerns about safety in the neighborhood.
We want to promote a pedestrian-friendly city. People should be able to walk across the street.
Police say the driver in that hit and run is now in custody. Good evening. I'm Claudine Wong.
And I'm Mike Meeback. It all unfolded 8:30 yesterday morning, right at the intersection of Fruitvale and East 27th. The woman was taken to the hospital but did not survive her injuries, and it is just the latest in a string of deadly collisions that have some neighbors on edge.
Plane just came down on our street. There's a lady screaming who's caught in the airplane right now.
Tonight, after the crash, the frantic calls for help and the swarm of Good Samaritans saving those inside.
The potential for more rain on the radar as we track a tropical disturbance set to move onto the Gulf. Find out if it could become the next named storm.
A flooding emergency in the Northeast. Dozens of water rescues and subway stations in New York turning into rapids.
Shocker at sea. A stewardess on a luxury yacht docked in the Bahamas found murdered in the engine room.
A top American Idol producer and her husband shot dead in a brutal double homicide. Tonight, the suspect now in custody.
And what President Trump is now telling his attorney general after outrage from Republicans about the Epstein files.
Plus, a brave boy breaking barriers in the pool. His message to parents of kids with special needs in today's Swim South Florida. The news starts now.
The one and only Local 10 News starts right now.
And right now, we're following breaking news off the top at 11 tonight. Police on the scene of a hit and run in northwest Miami-Dade.
The crash shut down part of 441 in both directions. Let's get right to Local 10's Terrell Fournay live at the scene with the latest developments. Terrell.
CBS 6 News at 11 starts now.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight here at 11. I'm Janine Samuels.
And I'm Julie Bragg. If you're wondering what's been going on, CBS had a nationwide outage, and we were unfortunately impacted through the evening.
But we think everything's under control. We're here with you tonight, so we do appreciate you tuning in. We're going to start things off by going over to Chief Meteorologist Zach Daniel for a look at the forecast. How are things outside, Zach?
Things are good, real good. Finally, we are not tracking storms. We're not tracking rain. There's not a single lightning strike anywhere in the Piedmont or Tidewater. And
now at 11, answering a call.
I saw a young lady screaming, fighting.
A witness took action to stop an attempted abduction and what deputies say the victim did right to help herself. Plus, a dog boarder accused of kicking a puppy on camera.
There was no intent to harm.
How he explained the video to Action News checks. And moving history, why the National Park Service wants to relocate a well-known local monument.
Live at 11, CBS 47 Fox 30 Action News Jax starts right now.
And tonight, a Good Samaritan is sharing her story of how she helped a woman who was nearly abducted in St. Johns County. I'm Ben Becker.
I'm Tanika Hughes. This was all caught on camera.
This is CBS News New York.
24 hours after the storm, the damage is extensive. Up to 6 inches of rain ruining homes and leaving families with a rough road ahead.
We have to deal with finding somewhere to live, waiting on the insurance money.
We are in the hardest areas hit by deadly flash floods as people try to salvage what is left.
And unfortunately, tomorrow and Thursday, both looking like first alert weather days. We have high heat out there, heat advisories. We have another chance for storms, could lead to some flooding. I've got all the details on that. We'll be back with all of those details in just a bit.
But first, we begin with breaking news here at 11 tonight. A stabbing inside of a deli kills a 16-year-old girl. And tonight, we're learning what happened moments before the attack. Good evening. I'm Christine Johnson. Police say that they are looking for a female suspect who took off after that deadly stabbing that happened in the Bronx.